The Steelers have traded for quarterback Justin Fields from the Chicago Bears. The Steelers gave the Chicago Bears a sixth-round pick in exchange for quarterback Justin Fields. And just like that, the Steelers have revamped the quarterback room. Last year's quarterback room was Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, and Mason Rudolph. They all found new homes, and this year is Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, and a question mark. The Steelers are probably going to draft a quarterback, a young quarterback, mid-draft. Jordan Travis was the name going around. The guy from Florida State has some interest in him. He's coming off of, I think it's Achilles injury, some type of leg injury. So that gives him time to just come in and sit down and learn from two guys, Fields and Russell. So there will be no rush for him, if that was the choice, which wouldn't be bad now because you have your two guys in front of him. And if you look at Fields, man, I mean, Fields is a raw talent, never unleashing the true talent in Chicago. Chicago is not a true place for quarterback development. I know the Steelers may say, hey, man, we got Mitchell Trubisky from Chicago, but Justin Fields, I believe, is just a little bit better than Mitchell Trubisky. His arm talent, his legs, his mobility, all of that. His intangibles, I believe, is just a tad bit better than Mitchell. I believe he's a better quarterback than Mitchell, so I don't think the Steelers should worry about that. It's just getting the most out of Justin Fields, and that's something that Chicago did not do. I think it'll be a good fit for Justin Fields, man. Justin Fields is going to come in here, and even with the trade talks and things like that, Justin Fields went to work, and he was ready for a challenge. He was ready for anything that came his way. He said he wanted to stay in Chicago, so you bring in some guys, man, that want, and that was the thing that happened with Kenny Pickett. When Russell Wilson came into the fold, he didn't want to compete. He didn't, that's what the word was. So he was shipped out, and you bring in Fields, a guy, who was willing to compete and said, he'll do what it takes to earn a job. And the city of Chicago just loves him, so that just lets you know what type of guy Justin Fields is, so you want to bring in guys like that into your locker room, rebuild the locker room as well as the roster, man. And on the field, man, I just think Justin Fields, like I said, with his intangibles, big arm, he can get the ball downfield. He can create plays with his legs, depending on what the Steelers do at the wide receiver position. You got George Pickens as of right now, and they picked up Van Jefferson and things like that. So, you got Pat Freiermuth. They should unleash Darnell Washington, get you two tight ends, running game. So, and you can put Justin Fields in the running game as well. You could do some read options as well, him and Najee Warren, however you want to call it. I know the Baltimore Ravens are going to be running that heavy with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. You can run your version with Justin Fields, Najee Harris, or even Warren, like I said. So now the playbook can open up. The playbook can open up. You can run some quarterback keepers. I mean, you can, things can open up. Arthur Smith can add another page to his arsenal, to his playbook. Now that he got Fields, a real mobile quarterback. Russ can still move, but that's not his strong suit, that deep ball that he still has, So Fields to the Steelers, man. I mean, this is something new. This is something different. Like I said before, Steelers free agency, they normally sit back and, all that Steeler way stuff is over with. It's a new day here in Pittsburgh. Steeler way is gone, and it's Omar's way. Omar Khan coming to the scene. He's shaking it up. He's letting it be known that he's not the same as Colbert, and things are not going to go status quo, same as it used to be. This is not your old school, old time Steelers. They are getting with the times, as you can see with the moves they've been making, going after big name players and not, like I said, the clearance rack. They're not going to the clearance rack. They're getting the hot items. So the Steelers bringing in Justin Fields, man, it's going to be exciting to see Justin Fields in the black and gold. It's just something to see that the quarterback room is totally revamped. You're going to have 3 new quarterbacks in here in Pittsburgh after you had your 3 last year, man. And one was, thought that he had a future here in Kenny Pickett. But, when Russ came to the fold, things got a little shaky. I think the word is he didn't want to compete. Once it wasn't given to him, Tomlin saying, hey, is the guy on your roster this year? He said yes, referring to maybe Kenny Pickett because Mason would be under contract. Russell come in, and maybe the conversation is a little different now. He wanted out. So you bring in some guys like Justin Fields, where I know he's happy to be here. Russ happy he can try to revamp his career here. So both quarterbacks, if you look at it, are happy to be with the Steelers. They both get to prove, people wrong, in Russell's case, and Fields get to prove that, hey man, it was Chicago and not me. I am a good quarterback, in which he's shown that. So, and that's why I think the Steelers went out and made this trade, because of what what Justin Fields have shown with the Chicago Bears, and nothing but a class act, good guy. That's all you hear. Teammates love him, fans love him, everybody loves him in Chicago. It was a sad day for a lot of Chicago people because, like I said, he was a beloved quarterback person. So that's good for the Steelers, that you're bringing a guy in that the city of Chicago loved like that to your football team. So, man, Justin Fields to the Steelers, man. I mean, at this point, there's nothing. You can't go against anything at this point with the Steelers, man. You hear that the Steelers are interested in this player, you might want to put some stock in it, man, because it's a new day in Pittsburgh, led by Omar Khan. And this move right here, with the Russell Wilson move and the Patrick Queen move and the Kenny Pickett trade, lets you know that, reassures you of that. And I think this is going to be, this may be Justin Fields' new home, man, because Russell Wilson is not the long-term answer. And I think the Pittsburgh Steelers went from a quarterback situation trying to have quarterback insurance. Russell's right now, Fields could be next year, and then the guy you draft can be 2 years after that. If Fields do flourish, hey, he's a backup for now. He's the clipboard holder or wherever, but you got Russell followed by Fields. So you set up in a quarterback position for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I think it was a good move to go get Fields. You had to go get somebody, for a 6th-round pick. I mean, you get 2 quarterbacks, good quarterbacks. I mean, Russell still got he still got something left, man. 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He still has something left. And then you got Fields that got all those intangibles, big arm mobility. He just needs to develop. He just needs a little work, and working behind Russ just might work out for him, man. So both guys, I believe, are in a good spot in Pittsburgh to take their careers. Well, one rejuicing, revitalizing, and Russell, and one is just breaking out into his, and that's Fields. So we'll just have to see what both quarterbacks do on the Pittsburgh Steelers. But this is about Justin Fields, who gets a new home with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it didn't cost the Steelers nothing but a 6th-round pick. So good move, and we'll just see what happens. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to get all the new videos. And until next time, I'm out.